growing up watching the other Erlc YouTubers, there was an inspiration, and I'm really glad you.
Okay, guys, today I have Mcsloth with me. Say hello.
Hello.
Um,
Design.
how's it going?
I'm doing quite swell, thank you.
So I've got a pretty basic list of questions that I'm gonna kind of ask you here. Kind of basic Q&A. I've done it with a couple other YouTubers before, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. What inspired you to making Erlc content on YouTube, or just content on YouTube?
Content on YouTube, it's a long story. I've wanted to do YouTube for more than half my life. I remember being a kid and I was thinking about doing YouTube at some point, and I always worked towards that. And then I came across Erlc, which was just a game that was really easy to make content for because there was just so much you could do with it. And that's how it came around to be Erlc. So it was more so about the fact that I wanted to do YouTube rather than it being Erlc.
How did you first discover Erlc?
Honestly, I just found it on Roblox. I didn't really have like a source. I just sort of came across it on the homepage, and it was back when it was paid access. And I got it and liked it. So,
Was there anything specific that you really liked about it that made you decide that you wanted to focus on it?
you have so much creative freedom with that game. You have the ability to make any scenario with any police department, especially now with the custom liveries and uniforms and everything else and team info, like it's endless. Your possibility in that is endless, and you can meet people in that game with their VC servers and stuff as well, which is super great. I love going into those servers. It was always some of my best moments in there, honestly.
Yes, I have liked the addition of Roblox adding VC now, because those servers are definitely fun to mess around in.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, content creation process. When you make a roleplay video, do you have a specific process you have to make those videos, or is it kind of just like...
I used to. I don't make roleplay content anymore. I sort of grew out of it and just it wasn't really the content for me. But yeah, when I made roleplay content, there was a system in place where I had a team of video planners, I had a team of instructors and recording team, and we'd all discuss an idea that we wanted to do for a video, and we'd get people to play different roles and kind of a basic idea of how things would go down, and then whatever came out of the end of it was what was posted.
One of the hardest things as a content creator that I have found was coming up with fresh, new ideas. How do you come up with new ideas, different ideas?
I don't. uh, I take a lot of inspiration from content that I like on YouTube. Or I guess liked on YouTube at the time, and now I upload far less frequently, and it's a different type of content. But now this content that I do now is more so me, I guess, in a way, because it's less performative. It's less putting on an act or playing a role. It's more just about me being on there with friends. And so that's easy to come up with. But for roleplay content, like I made 500 plus videos, roleplay videos, and you do eventually get to a point where you just can't make new ideas. So
Yes, it is definitely very hard. I take inspirations from other YouTubers.
Everyone does.
Because it is really hard to come up with your own roleplay ideas.
100%.
Especially when you've been making them for such a long time. What are some of the biggest challenges you've faced as an Erlc content creator?
Uploading consistently is a big one for me. I think pressure, anxiety. A lot of people look at content creators, and especially in PRC, and see them as just putting out whatever roleplay video. You got 100,000 people that are expecting something from you. It's a lot of pressure to try and have on you, and I've always been an anxious person, So, especially when I take a break like I have been, coming back to YouTube and not knowing what the response is going to be to whatever content I choose to upload is very anxiety inducing, and that's something I've always kind of dealt with, but yeah, I'd say that's probably my biggest struggle with it.
So you were talking about kind of not being like you're not sure how people are gonna react if you take a 2 to 3 month break or couple week break.
Well, yeah, I mean, YouTube is a very quick moving, fast paced environment. And a lot of those people who watched content 6 months ago are not going to be into the same kind of content 6 months down the line. You can't really upload the same thing you were, months ago because that's not what people want to see anymore. So yeah, I have anxiety around that, and it's difficult to try and think of ideas or upload content that is different from what you would usually do, or that is not a roleplay video, and then not know what the response is going to be.
Yes, that is definitely very hard. I've been trying to. I try to upload as consistently as I can, but it's hard. I know OMB
It's
used
not
to.
easy.
OMB recently said that he's stopping uploading every day, and the backlash
Yeah, good for
from
him,
that
honestly.
was insane. Just reading
Yeah,
some of
I
the
mean,
comments.
honestly, good on him. Like, YouTube is a very exhausting thing to do. People think it's just 20 minutes in a game, but it's not. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes that people don't know about. So I'm glad to hear that he's taking time for himself.
How do you stay connected with your fans and the Erlc community?
Discord. 100% everything happens on Discord. Like, I am super active in the PRC server, and I'm super active in my server, and I'm very active in different like roleplay communities and stuff as well. But it's just Discord. That's usually my main form of connection with people is that.
Do you have a favorite fan interaction or interaction with a viewer that stands out?
Yeah, I had. So there was this one dude that I came across in a VC server while I was playing with my friend Alexis, and this dude ran up to me and said, "Wow, impersonating a content creator is crazy." And of course, me not impersonating said, "What do you mean impersonating?" And the scream that I heard from this dude is something like I've never heard out of any horror movie I've ever watched in my life. Like, this dude broke my eardrums screaming into his microphone when he realized that I wasn't actually impersonating. But it was a really wholesome interaction. It was good.
Yeah, I can only imagine. What do you think was the key to your success in growing such a large following now that you have over 150,000 subscribers?
Consistency is a big part of it. People want to know that there's something worth coming back to. But I think part of it as well is not really being afraid to try something that's not the status quo, I guess. Like, I got a huge amount of success with my long form, like Mafia Boss series. That was a huge one for me. Though those like 8 videos or something, I think it was like a total of almost 6 million views, and so like being creative, I think is a big part of it. Learning how to do something differently, or learning how to do something more interesting, or something more in depth, or like there's an audience for all of that kind of content, including content that is easier to make. And don't be afraid to be creative, I guess, is my key to success, was just always trying something new.
So you said that you have been interested in making YouTube videos pretty much your whole life. Did you ever expect your channel to get this big?
No. Yes and no. I always thought that I could do it. I never thought that I would do it. So, yeah, I mean, I have, I have the plaque, I have the channel, the following, and it's very surreal to me, and I'm very grateful for what I have, but it's something that I know that I've also worked towards and trying to do for more than 10 years. So,
Yeah. Hopefully we can get you that second plaque very soon. What advice would you give someone who wants to start a YouTube channel on Roblox or Erlc?
Do it. That the simplest advice that I can give to anyone who wants to make a channel is take the first step. Do it. Make the channel, make your first video. Every single person's first video is awful. And no, maybe not everyone admits that, but everyone's first video is just awful. But you need to start there. Like, you can't skip that part. If you don't take that leap and, upload those first few videos and get a feel for it, have your channel there and actually start taking the steps, it's never going to happen. You need to just make it and start making content. Do what you want to do and be creative. I'm sure that an audience will find you. So,
you kind of talked about consistency before, but how important do you think consistency and engagement with your audience is to building a successful channel?
I have not got the same sort of views on this as most people. I don't think it's that important to be consistent with videos. I think it's important to be engaged with your audience. I think they're not something that goes hand in hand. Like, one of them, without the other is fine. Look at people like Locust, for example. He's not super engaging with his community, but he uploads a lot when he comes back, and he gets a ton of views. And I'm incredibly active in my community, and I am always around in PRC somewhere. So, like, I take confidence in knowing that I can take a break from YouTube and come back to it without losing everything, because I know that my audience didn't go anywhere because I spent that entire 2-month break with them, in the Discord. So,
just because you're not uploading a YouTube video doesn't mean that you're not still keeping those fans along with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have any future plans of your channel? Any certain projects you're hoping to make?
Honestly, I don't have anything major in mind. Like, I would like to start uploading more, but then again, I just don't know. Like, I can't give anything set in stone because I don't know what's going to happen in the next few months and the next few, years. And what happens with my channel is what happens with it. I don't know if I keep pushing on the content I'm doing, or if I change back to roleplay content, or if I stop trying to upload consistently and just upload one every so often like I've been doing, or whatever. I don't know yet. But I know that I don't want to go anywhere. I do like making YouTube content. I really like Erlc, and I like the PRC community, and I love my community. So I'm not going anywhere, but I'm not 100% sure what I want to do yet.
Yeah, it definitely is very difficult to balance your outside life with trying to make content and trying to put them all together, and it definitely can be very, very
yeah,
difficult.
it's definitely a balancing act.
Besides Erlc, are there any other Roblox games or genres you enjoy playing or creating content on?
I don't make content on anything else, just Erlc. There's maybe been a couple things in the past that I've done here and there, but it's overwhelmingly just been Erlc. But in terms of like playing games, like I play most games on the platform. I played a game for an hour a couple days ago that was called Bee Grass. So there's almost no game on that platform I wouldn't play just to waste time.
How has YouTube and gaming influenced your life outside of content creation?
Can you repeat that one more time, sorry?
How has YouTube and gaming influenced your life outside of content creation?
Ooh. I wouldn't say it was overwhelmingly negatively. I learned a lot from YouTube and have learned a lot from YouTube and continue to do so. But it did have a negative effect on my mental health because I was doing it full time as my career, and when you're indoors for 8 hours a day on a screen and you don't have that social interaction with people, like for me that didn't work. I eventually it caught up to me, and I was just like, I hate being inside all the time and not actually interacting with anyone. And that was hard for me, and that was why I ended up taking my break from YouTube. But since then, I've been able to much better balance my time online and offline. So it's gotten a lot better, and I think that was probably what was missing, was the balance. And I think that's important.
Yeah, I try to make YouTube almost a second thing in my life, because there's just so much going on outside of life, and you want to enjoy it when you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I